Hi Cancer, welcome to your November 2020 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise, and they help you all, us all, on our paths to our highest vibrational good. So this month, November 2020, here we go, right? We're getting into literally like this very last phase of the year. It's crazy. Can't believe it. All right, so for our actions and interactions with the world at large, we have the Eight of Wands. So this month could be a month where there's a lot of communication, lots of emails, text messages, phone calls going back and forth. This looks like it's going to be a very busy month for you, Cancer, as well. And it's interesting because the Eight of Wands, sometimes this card can represent communication that comes from a distance, right? But your actions and interactions with the world at large, this is about what you do. This is about how you show up in the world, and it looks like there is going to be a lot of communication this month. Now, even though this is the Eight of Wands and not the Five, I will say it does look like, or it kind of feels to me like this could be a month where things get a little bit loud when it comes to the family, when it comes to the friends. There could be a lot going on this month. There could be a lot that is being talked about. Some of it as well, it might be that you are mediating in some respect, you know, between all of the stuff that's going on in all of the departments of your life, so to speak. And it's really weird because I do get the feeling that this month it will be about family, specifically like family or friends of family. You could be hearing from people at a distance. There's going to be a lot of communication. Like I said, emails, text messages, phone calls, all of it. The other thing with the Eight of Wands as well, sometimes this can represent when a tutor or a teacher or a master of some sort is going to come into your life. And the fact that you've got this here as the actions and interactions with the world at large, this could be a month where you're stepping into the role of teacher. This could be a month where you are stepping into that role of disseminating some form of wisdom, some sort of information, maybe something that you've studied for a long time, maybe something that you have been saying to everybody for the longest time that you might think of. I'm just smiling because for those of you that have been with me long enough, you know exactly what I'm talking about with this for me. So I'm really, really intrigued by this. But if there is an opportunity this month that comes up for you to teach, for you to offer some kind of information, maybe to put a course out of some sort, it looks like you're putting the finishing touches on it this month, and then you're finally going to release it. Now, remember, Mercury is retrograde in the sign of Cancer, sign of Scorpio, which not necessarily a bad thing because the Mercury retrograde is forming a trine to your own sign. Now, a trine is a harmonious energy, which means it could bring some opportunity back into your life that actually ends up being great for you. The problem with trine energy is it's quite easy. So a lot of people kind of hear trine and they're like, oh, well, it's good energy, so I can just sit back and do nothing. No, it still requires your effort, and it just basically means that whatever effort you put in, you will get the results that much easier, but you will still have to put some effort in. But yeah, and then obviously the Mars retrograde, which is ends on the 12th, the 13th even. So you can give it until like November the 15th, and I've said this to all of the signs. November 15th is where you have the green light from the universe. Pretty much, I think it's going to be all of the planets at that point will be direct, which is fantastic because that's the moment that you have to really push on. So yeah, if there is some opportunity for you to teach, for you to disseminate some sort of wisdom, for you to talk about something that you might have questioned yourself over, or maybe thought, oh, you know, I don't know if I'm qualified or if I'm, you know, if I'm good enough to be talking about this. So this could be that month. For your money and materials, you have the High Priestess card, right? So look at this. This could be news about money or finances coming in that you didn't expect. This could be another revenue stream that opens up for you, or it could be, because remember the High Priestess is hidden things revealed. This could be a month where money that you weren't even aware that you were entitled to makes its way to you. This could be where a secret opportunity comes to you from a distance. You know, maybe you get a phone call or an email or a text message, or somebody says to you, look, you know what? I or we want to work with you or connect with you or collaborate with you, but it's all happening behind the scenes. And it's like at the moment you're just putting the work together, you're just doing the creative part, whereas the actual sort of results or the rewards from it, they will come at a later date. Now, one thing I do need to say to you is whatever opportunity you're going to start working on this month, or maybe presents itself to you this month, this is going to be, think of this as it's going to be like a marathon. This is going to be something that you are doing for a while to come, and it will take a while to yield its dividends. So consider this as like the first steps onto a specific path. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is a month to look after your chest. It's a month for you to look after your digestive system and your stomach, but especially your lungs, respiratory system, all of that sort of stuff. It's really important that you look after that aspect of yourself this month, especially as we come into, we're in cold and flu season as well, and we're in the middle of a pandemic. So makes total sense, right? For your home and environment, this could be a month where you are, I don't want to say self-quarantine, well, I just did, but this could be a month where you are either limiting your physical contact with people, or you are, because the thing is, the High Priestess is Cancer ruled, right? She's got that Cancerian energy. So I think this bodes well for us for the finances and some long-term project, or some project that requires longevity. But in the here and now, especially on a home level, it kind of looks like you're closing the doors or closing ranks. This could be that, maybe wherever it is that you are. I know in the UK here, it's already starting. As at the time I'm recording this, like midway through October, it's already starting. We can already see the lockdowns coming back in. So this could be kind of like that. But it's really weird because I get the sense that this is self-imposed, and it could be as well, outside of all of this, it could be that there is news that comes to you about finances or about money that you weren't aware of, and this could be made sort of common knowledge to you this month. For your communications and conversations, you have the Star card. This is brilliant, right? And it's right next to the High Priestess. This is going to be the month where you figure out who your allies are, right? This is going to be the month where you really come to see who your people are. But also, because it is the High Priestess and it is the Eight of Wands, this could be a month where you also find out who are not your people. So this could be maybe somebody comes to tell you something about something that somebody has said about you, and you might be surprised at the source. Maybe you think to yourself like, oh, I really thought that we were cool and whatever, and then you find out that actually this person has not been in their integrity about you behind your back. That's really sad to think, but it's definitely a possibility. On the other side of this though, it's wonderful because it kind of suggests to me that your people, or the people that really do have your back, are going to make themselves known this month. So people that have been your cheerleaders in the wings that you haven't even known about, people that have maybe fought on your behalf, that battles that you didn't even know about. There's a lot that's going to be revealed this month, and I'm really, really intrigued to see how it kind of plays out for everybody. Now, the other thing with the Star card is your communications. This is an online tribe. It's you growing your presence. It's you being seen. It's you connecting to the wider world stage, connecting to more people. It's you finding not only your original voice, but your authentic voice, and ultimately what it is that you feel like you're here to share with the world. I'm kind of really excited about these cards because I know exactly how it's speaking to me in my life. I'm just not weirded out, but I'm like a little bit like, oh, okay, Tarot's showing up for his money this month. It's kind of like, yeah, it's just really weird to see your own stuff spelled out. And this is, after all, Cancer is my moon sign. So it's really interesting to see this, but lots of partnerships, lots of connections, lots of collaborations. There could definitely be an interaction with or a connection to a true master this month, just like you could be coming into your own as a teacher, as a mentor, as a master, as a coach. That all of these things are possible, but I love that Star card. I really do. And then for your love and relations, you have the Knight of Cups. For those of you that are single, you are meeting somebody online this month. this could be a really, really wonderful connection. It absolutely could. Now, remember what I said to you, because of the High Priestess, whatever it is that starts, so it's the same with your money and it's the same with your love life. Whatever starts this month, whatever you create or begin or start working on behind the scenes, this is only the beginning, right? This is the beginning. It's only the start of it. It's likely, especially if you're meeting someone this month, it's likely to be that this is going to be a slow and steady build and progression towards you really connecting with this person. So it might be for a lot of you that this person lives at a distance to you or overseas in some respect, and you know, maybe you just spend a lot of time really getting to know each other. We're in a pandemic, right? Practically everybody is at home more than they ever have been. I say this to everyone every single time. If you can't FaceTime somebody, if they don't want to show you who they are and talk to you face to face, then there's something suspect about that, right? You can't be in 2020 and be out here still being catfished. I'm sorry. If that happens to you, then you were obviously not, you didn't have your wits about you. You got to come correct with that. I'm sorry, no sympathy from me. That's how I was raised. If you were doing something that was a little bit silly and you ended up getting yourself hurt or falling off your bike or whatever, my dad and my mum actually both used to say to us, if you can't hear, then you must feel. Right? That's what I'm going to say to you on this front as well. But yeah, this is wonderful. It really is. It's wonderful. I genuinely believe that you're going to be meeting someone this month, and I think it's going to be a slow and steady build. For those of you that are partnered already, this could be a partner suggesting some sort of travel, or maybe you guys are deciding to do something, maybe start a business together, or maybe you are deciding that, you know what, I think we might have found the place that we're going to be. I think we might have found the forever home, which is really, really nice. It looks like you and your partner are showing up for each other in a spirit of connection. For your weeks of the month. Okay, so your first card is a jumper. You got the Wheel of Fortune right underneath the Eight of Wands. This is not only good news coming in, but this is an opportunity to do with the work, to do with the career, maybe to do something to do with teaching or learning or studies. This is an opportunity that will come completely out of the blue from somebody that lives at a distance to you, and it's going to be one that truly makes you happy or makes you smile. It's going to be something that kind of makes you go, wow, okay, so for all the difficulties that I've had, this kind of really makes up for that. All right, this is a really gorgeous energy. This first week of the month is going to yield a great result. Now, remember what I said. There is an energy here that kind of says to you, it's got to be slow and steady. You can't just, and you may even need to look at this and think, what am I going to have to juggle here? What am I going to have to maybe let go? What am I going to have to do less of in order to make this happen? So there is some wrangling and some wrestling with this, but I think it's going to be great. For your second week, you've got the Fool card right underneath the High Priestess. This tells me that something with the work, something with the money, some amazing opportunity that comes completely out of the blue that financially could really set you apart or get you ahead is coming up. And like I said, it's going to take you in a completely different direction. This is one of those moments where the universe is sending you a bit of a curveball, but it's going to be one that is welcome, trust me. For your third week of the month, you have the Tower card, right? So look at this. You've got the two shock and surprise and awe cards right next to each other. And these, I see them as two halves of a whole. Your Fool card is kind of like that, that moment of destiny that you don't really think about, that you look back on and think, wow, this has changed everything. And then you've got the Tower, which is like the bull in a china shop. There's no subtlety, it's just bam. For some of you, this could be a secret admirer. It could be a friend that that kind of says to you, look, you know what? I've been holding on to this for long enough. I fancy the pants off you. Let's do this. For some of you, this could be, you know, some sort of technological thing coming through. This could be communication over the airwaves that ends up being really important or prominent to you in some respect. This could be meeting an online tribe, connecting with an online tribe of some sort. I really like this for you. I really do. I just feel like it's going to change a lot. There's going to be some correspondence that comes through this month, and it might be on both fronts, especially if you like, most likely if you're single, it will be on both fronts. You know, if you're not, then obviously you're not going to be looking for another partner, or maybe you are, who knows. Right, then you've got the Judgment card right underneath the Knight of Cups for the 4th week. So big changes this month. These 4 across the bottom are all cards of change. These are all cards of change, movement, upheaval, movement in different directions, changing of directions, changes of mind. You know, definitely this month you'll be changing your mind about something, and probably something that you were quite resolute on before. You know, maybe something that you had really decided, no, this is, you know, this is what I think, this is what I feel, this is what I believe, and then boom, something comes in this month and it completely changes your paradigm or your outlook. Right underneath the Knight of Cups as well, I feel like this will be a friend. It will be somebody that you know, maybe that declares, you know, look, actually, I really fancy you, or, you know what, I've developed a crush on you, or I've liked you for ages, but I didn't want to ruin our friendship. Or it could be somebody that comes back, maybe somebody that you have dated previously. I don't think it'll be that for all of you, but I definitely feel that this person doesn't live in your vicinity. This is somebody that either lives at a distance from you, or possibly even in a completely different country. So really, really exciting. And then for the key to the week, this month we get the Death card. Okay, so I'm going to call it like this. Who you have been, where your life has been headed, what trajectory it was previously on is done, right? This month is going to completely change. I mean, there's so many change cards here. This is going to see you going in a new direction, doing things very differently to the way that you've done them before. It could have some really amazing results for you, but it's going to require you to be focused, to be present, and to be determined. This is really, really exciting. I mean, just, you know, sorry to talk about myself, but even on a personal level, I'm like, damn, and this is just my moon sign. So this is, if Cancer is your ascendant or your sun sign, this is going to be, you know, I'm intrigued. I really am. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic month. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.